Welcome to the program. Welcome to Currency World. Today we'll be doing something a little different. We'll be taking a look at whether investing in silver and gold is a good idea. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube of people stacking silver and gold. And for those of you starting out or thinking about starting out in investing in either of these precious metals, I thought I'd give my take on whether this is a good time to start or not. So first, let's take a look at this first screen and take a look at silver. Now, I pulled up two charts right here, and this first one shows a 10-year price of silver. Keep in mind, these prices are both per ounce. And this other graph right here shows the price for all data. I believe this starts it starts in 1915 and goes all the way through the present. And this graph right here is actually adjusted for inflation. So just taking a look at this first 10-year graph per ounce, we will immediately see that the price was relatively stable, and then it jumped up all the way up in 2011, and it's been going back down ever since, getting back to this sort of historic price over the last decade or so. And then we can take a look here. We can actually see in 2003 it was actually a lot lower than even that. Silver was at about $6 per ounce. And we see these two spikes right here, and these are not coincidental, or rather they're not just a matter of chance. So if we take a look right here, this first spike was in the early 1980s, and there was actually a recession that went on. So it makes sense that people started investing more in precious metals, because precious metals tend to hold their value in the face of inflation. And then again, this happened right about 2008. So right with the financial crisis and everything, and during years of relative stability, we will see that the price stayed relatively low, relatively stable. So the conclusion here is that right now, you can see the trend is the price falling, and this is due to the stock market rebounding. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but if you're new in the game, I don't recommend you start investing in silver. I recommend you wait. By all indicators, and I have friends that follow stocks very closely, and a couple that work on Wall Street, or have worked on Wall Street rather, and they're all saying that there's going to be an adjustment in a year or so. They're going to ask for an adjustment, and the stock market is going to continue to thrive. And during periods like this, the price of silver is going to continue going down. So I recommend you guys wait until it falls back to maybe the price it was throughout the 90s and early 2000s. And start investing then if you're just starting out. And we can see essentially the same thing for gold over here. Again, there was a spike in the early 1980s. The price of gold went up to well over, it looks like at its peak, almost $2,000 per ounce, which of course it's pretty absurd. And then we'll see that in the 90s and early 2000s it went all the way down to it looks like $355 per ounce. And then again, it went up right around, whoops. Sorry about that, guys. So again, we could see it went up again. Well, it started to go up right with the recession, and started going down, peaked around 2011, started going down again with the stock market rebounding. So again, I suggest you guys hold off and you wait until prices go back down to buy. We can see essentially the same thing over the 20-year graph. We see that the price remained relatively stable. So I suggest you guys look at these, and there'll be links in the description below. And you take a look and wait for the price to stabilize. Wait another year or so, at least, I would say, before you start investing. If you're just starting out, for those of you stacking, I guess if you're in it for the long haul, it doesn't really matter. And then again, for you guys that are collecting coins, things like that, numismatics, that's completely different. I mean, the price, the bullion price certainly plays into it, but the numismatic value will always be there. And that's a whole different market for collectibles that I won't get into in this video. Those prices fluctuate as well. But as far as investing in bullion, I would definitely hold off if I'm a beginner, and wait for the price to stabilize, wait for the price to drop. It's almost certainly going to happen, or it's going to continue to decline with the stock market rebounding, and I would wait at least a year or two until you consider starting any major investment. Well, I hope this was helpful to you guys. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. I'd love to hear your responses. So until next time.